If you're looking for an affordable scooter, this just might be the right one for you. Big shout out goes out to Heropick for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their electric scooters. This is the E10 Pro Max model. In this review, I'm going to go over everything there's to know about this very affordable electric scooter. But first, let's get started with the specs. So this is the Heropick E10 Pro Max electric scooter. It features a 1000 watt peak hub motor in the rear, coupled with a 36 volts 15.6 amp hour battery that's housed underneath the deck. Heropick claims that this should give you a range of up to 40 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 6.5 inch road tires, coupled with a drum brake in the front as well as electronic ABS. This scooter also has a front shock as well as dual rear shocks for a smooth, comfortable ride. You can also fold this scooter for easy transportation and storage. We have a very grippy rubberized deck that is 7 inches wide by about 20 inches. That's pretty good. In the front of the scooter, we have a small headlight that should get the job done, as well as turn signals on both sides of the handlebars. That is always good. And in the rear, we have a taillight and an active brake light. The total weight of this scooter is 48 pounds with the max load capacity of 265 pounds, and it is UL 2272 and SGS certified. And up on the handlebars, we have our on-off mode selection and headlight button, as well as the thumb throttle. In the center, we have our display, and on the left side, we have our front brake, turn signals, and a bell. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, this current model goes for $449, and I might even have a discount code for you guys. I'm not 100% sure. If I do, it will be in the description down below, along with a link if you're interested in the scooter. But let's not waste any more time and jump straight into our speed test. Now, very quickly before I do the speed test, I just want to show you how to start the scooter and the different modes. Pretty simple. We just have a power button over here on the handlebars. You hold that for a few seconds and the scooter will turn on. Now, it's very bright and you might not see the screen, but this scooter has 3 different modes. One is walking mode, the second is drive mode, and the third is sport mode. I'm going to be testing sport mode. So I got my GPS app open and the speed reset that is in my pocket, and let's see how fast this thing can go in sport mode. Now, you do have to give it a little kick just to get going, but man, it picks up speed very quickly. We're already showing 19, 20 miles an hour now. That is the top speed of the scooter. It's more of like a chill type scooter, so don't expect anything crazy, but for the price point, you know, there's nothing else to expect. That is exactly what you're gonna get. So we're slowly making our way. I'm just gonna go for a little bit longer just to give my GPS app enough time to catch up. And you know what, I may even tuck in just to give it all chances of reaching that top speed, and that should be enough. It got there fairly quick, but let's stop and check our results. Okay, hopefully you guys can see that well. My GPS app is showing 19.1 miles per hour. So 19.1 miles per hour with my weight on it, and it was bouncing between 19 and 20. So we'll say that the speedometer is fairly accurate on this thing. And that was our speed test. Now let's talk about the riding experience. And honestly, it's just normal for a $450 scooter. It's very spacious up here. We'll talk about the size and all that stuff a little bit later. But so far, it's pretty decent for what it is. Now, obviously, this is not going to be the craziest scooter in the world, the fastest, the whatever you want to call it. I'm looking at this thing from the viewpoint of the price, so I'm taking that into consideration when I'm reviewing this thing. Now, as far as the brakes go, we have a front drum brake and electronic ABS in the rear where the motor is. But if I work my way up to about 20 miles an hour, which is the top speed, hit the brakes in 3, 2, go. It takes it about 10 feet or so of stopping distance to stop. Now, because we have that drum brake in the front, it doesn't lock up on you, so you don't fly forward, and you can feel that electronic ABS working. Pretty nice for what it is. The scooter itself is pretty maneuverable, it's pretty stable. I like the center of gravity being so low with the battery underneath the deck. It's not wobbly at all at its high speed, so overall it feels pretty solid and a very pleasant riding experience. So this is what the suspension feels like on this scooter. Hopefully it comes across on camera. The front shock is okay. The rear shocks are actually fairly nice for what it is. When I'm riding on the road, it doesn't feel crazy bumpy or anything, fairly smooth. Let's see how this thing does over a bump at top speed. Yeah, I mean, exactly what I expected. If anything, I'm really impressed with those dual rear shocks. They're way softer than I expected them to be, so that's nice. Now let's see, how does this thing like a little curb hop? Can we do it? Yeah, no problem. We didn't bottom out and it wasn't too crazy harsh, very doable. Now it's not like you're gonna get this thing and start jumping crazy with it. So for riding on the road, this is excellent. So I'm 5'8", 160 pounds, and as you can see, this is what I look like on the scooter. I got plenty of room to change stances, move around the board. I really like that. The handlebar position is perfect for my height. Now it's not adjustable, so the size it is the size that you're getting, but for me it fits perfect. As far as the deck itself, it's fairly comfortable and very grippy. I'm gonna stop and show you that, but I do like this little kick area right here in the back where you can put your foot on there. That's really nice. But as far as the deck, this is the deck itself, and it's made out of this very grippy rubberized material, like a crisscross pattern almost. Very grippy and very comfortable. The tune itself is actually very decent. I thought that this scooter would take longer to get going, and it actually doesn't. It reaches the top speed fairly quick. It's not gonna crazy yank you back, especially with the kickstart that it has, but it's very decent, gets going pretty fast. And even if you're on the highest mode, which I am right now, the throttle is very subtle and very sensitive, like not 0 to 100 sensitive, where you can feather it and it doesn't go 0 to 100 kicking you back. So that I like, and as soon as you give it more power, it gets going pretty quick and reaches its top speed within a few seconds, so that's good. Now one more thing I do want to mention regarding the tune is this scooter comes with its own app where you can download, connect to the scooter, and change some of the settings, like lock it if you're going to the store real quick. And one of the features that I personally really like that you can control through the app is the kickstart or zero start. So if you turn zero start on, you don't have to give it that little kick to get going. The scooter will just go right away. I personally prefer that, and I think that it adds to the overall experience of the tune, so I like that. Alright, so now we've arrived at what could possibly be the toughest test for the scooter yet during this review, and I'm talking about this hill climb. I'm gonna obviously be in sport mode. Let's see if it's able to do it. Give it a little kick and get going. Now I have to be transparent. On their website, I'm pretty sure they claim that this could conquer a 15 or 18 degree hill. This hill is at least 20%. I don't really have a different hill around me to test, so I'm asking the scooter to do more than it's supposed to do, and so far it is still climbing it, so that is very good news. It is a slow process, but we actually didn't lose or drop that much speed. So the scooter is showing 13 miles an hour consistently, which is not that bad, and definitely managed to climb this hill. Now it's crazy because the cameras never portray the true steepness of anything, so it might not look like it on camera, but this hill is very steep, I'll tell you that much. And it actually passed. I'm really surprised by that. I thought I'll get stuck halfway through, but that is good news. And the reason I do this test is for those of you who live in an area with hills, or hills are a part of your commute. Now you know that this scooter can conquer about a 20% grade climb, so that's very good news. Now, I personally see this scooter as a commuter, last mile commute, riding around the neighborhood, a beginner scooter, all those things. That is definitely what it's made for, especially with those road tires. But this is a review after all, and I kind of want to push it to the limit. So we are going to take it on a little off-road adventure, very small, nothing too crazy. I just want to see if it'll be able to handle just a little bit of off-roading. Now, this section right here is fairly flat and shouldn't be a problem for the scooter. But now I'm taking it to something a little bit more demanding. Even though it's a fairly short section, I just want to test the power and the suspension a little bit, to be honest with you. As far as the tires, again, keep in mind these are road tires. They're very slick. They're not really supposed to, you know, ride around an area like this. But let's see, we got a little hill climb over here. Will we have enough juice to make it? Oh yeah, just about. Holy cow, crazy. Okay, so that was pretty nice. All right, let's check our downhill situation. Dude, not bad at all. I've reviewed a lot of scooters in this price range, and the suspension for the most part was always too stiff. These dual shocks, man, they're really nice for what it is. Look at that. I'm afraid to fall because I don't have a rear brake, but it kind of lifts the front wheel. If you got a little bit more balls than me, you'd probably be able to wheelie this thing just for a little bit. So I'm very, very impressed with this thing. That is crazy. I want you guys to keep in mind that this is not an off-roader by any means, and he was able to do that. That is very impressive. So what do I think about the Heropick E10 Pro Max electric scooter? Let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this thing good value for money or not? Now keep in mind, when I do things I like and things I don't like, I definitely take the price into consideration. So with that being said, things I like is the overall design. I like the fact that this scooter can fold, easy to transport, it's not that heavy. I like the power of the motor, meaning how fast it reaches the top speed. I like that. I also really like having the turn signals up on the handlebars. Very important. A lot of these scooters have them down there by the taillight, but in reality, when you're riding on the street, a car may not see the turn signals that low, so having them up here, very good. I really like that. I was also very impressed with that suspension. It does not seem like it at first, but when you ride it, it is much smoother than I expected for the price point. So I like that a lot as well. Now let's do things I don't like, and throughout the review I tried thinking about something that I don't like, and you know, for this price range, but honestly I couldn't find anything. I did find things that I wish it had, let's just say. So I wish the scooter went a little bit faster. That would have been a lot nicer. Now when you're on one of these things, even 20 miles an hour feels like you're flying, so it feels fast, but I'm like a speed junkie. If this thing went like even 25 miles an hour, I'd be happy. Again, I'm not going to fully hold it against the scooter. It's not meant for that, but I wish it had a higher top speed. But that is honestly the only thing I could find. Other than that, for the price, this thing is pretty cool. Now, with all that stuff being said, is this thing good value for money or not? Again, we're talking $449, and I will have a link in the description if you're interested in this thing. Actually, not bad of a deal for $449 for everything that you're getting here. Very nice. If this thing went a little bit faster, it would have been amazing value for money, but I can't hate on it. And for $450, this is a great commuter. Now I'm pretty sure I was able to go over everything there is to know about this electric scooter, but in case I missed anything, please leave it in the comment section. I will do my best to answer. This has been the Heropick E10 Pro Max electric scooter review. I appreciate you guys watching as always, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.